Hi, Miss Shuveksha. Welcome to the first altitude podcast with your host Kunzbhai. So, how are you feeling to be here, Miss Shuveksha?
Thank you, Kunzbhai, for this opportunity. I'm very glad to be here with you. And I wish you all the best for this podcast. Thank you for calling me as a guest.
It's an honor to be here with you with such an incredible ideas and the passion that you have brought for us in the mountaineering field, especially in the medical mountaineering, which is very, one of the toughest job that I feel. So, what and I mean, like, how did you get into this mountaineering field, especially into the mountain medical team?
Okay, firstly, I have been brought up in Mong, and it's surrounded by mountains, by the valleys and all. And to join in, to be in the mountains, it was not in my bucket list.
Okay.
To climb mountains, I have that was not even even in mind. So I was looking for a job, and the brother of mine suggested me that I should go and visit HMI, Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, and I went there. After that, I got to know this kind of things exist. Okay. I was unaware about that, and after that, I joined there. I qualified as a medical member staff there, and after that, I joined at HMI in a medical team, and after that, I started working with HMI. Then that's how I got into medical field and into the mountains.
Okay, so what's it like treating students in HMI and in treating students in the field, especially in the high altitude? So, what's the difference?
Okay, there is a vast difference. To treat someone at your sea level, at your place, that's much more easier than to treat someone in the higher altitudes, because in higher altitudes mostly the medicine don't work. Okay. And they will complain a lot. They'll be saying I not get all right. They will doubt your work. And after that, here it's normal, because they'll take care of it. They will have their facilities available here, and in the mountains you don't get the
Proper
adequate. Yes,
facilities,
yeah, you
right?
don't get it. And students, there are variety of students. Uh, here they will be all right. They will act normal and all. Then after going to the mountains, they'll give lots of trouble. Only some. There are few they give, and to work with them, it's a new level of experience, because you get people from all kinds of places and all. You get from all over the world, and you get students of all ages also. So you don't always get the younger ones. You get the older ones also. So because of that, you get a vast experience, and you feel like, yeah, you are qualifying as a medical professional. So that's how.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So, tell me about your first summit experience. How was it? Because I feel like, whenever I talk with someone, or even it's my experience, so whenever we climb a mountain, there's a total different experience for each one of us. So, what was yours?
As for the experience of my first summit, it was a blend of emotions.
Okay.
I was happy, I was scared, I was thrilled, and firstly, initial first when we started our ascent, it was early in the morning. So after that, we started our journey to Mount Rannoch, and firstly, the way was very tough, because due to the lack of oxygen, obviously you'll get exhausted very fast. And as we started ascending, then after that, you could see the steep areas of that places. You could see the incredible landscapes. Okay. The landscape, that's so surreal, and I really enjoyed looking those kind of scenes and all, because here you don't see those kind of things. And from the busy world, from the busy bustling sounds of these places and all, you get there, you find a profound peace, and that experience I still remember.
It's something kind of magical, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so. I think I'll remember it lifelong.
Yeah. Okay. So, also, I wanted to know what was your experience in your first ice climbing in Rathong Glacier, because you know, a normal person, we walk with normal shoes like running shoes, normal casual shoes. Then, but in up in the mountains when we are doing ice climbing, so we are using a lot of different equipments. We use snow boots and with the crampons, which is too heavy. So, what was it like for you?
Okay, like we as a medical team, like it's not compulsory that you have to climb the glacier, but like there were instructors who were really encouraging, and like they were like, you have to try this because like you never know, you might not get the second chance.
Yeah.
So I just took it the chance, and walking with crampons, walking with snow boot was the toughest.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like when from the base camp till halfway, when we were going, there is a steep upper valley. So when I was going that way, I was like I would rather carry those snow boots in my head than where I'd go. Okay, and that's very tough because you don't get that balance if you don't have experience. Like you will not be able to balance those shoes and all. Like you may break your legs also.
Yes, that's
So
right.
so when I was towards approaching this glacier, so on the way, like it was very tough, like to walk with that shoes, obviously. And after that, like when I reached there, I had to wear crampons. I don't know how to wear at the first. Okay, my instructors, they helped me a lot. So after wearing that crampons, they told me that you cannot walk like you walk normally, because if you walk that way you might scratch your legs with your crampons and all. So I have to keep my feet a bit apart. Yeah, I still remember walking like a crab. Then after that, I just, like it was very tough. Like I couldn't make balance of myself. I was not having a grip of myself also. So slowly I approached the glacier. Then no, I have to climb. Okay. Then like I still remember our instructor telling me that I walk like spider when I was walking towards the in a glacier and steep. Okay, so I still remember that while climbing, I got this one. I got my knee injured because I just got hurt a little. But at that moment, I realized how tough the instructors work are, because like you have to take care of the students also. You have to teach them how to walk, and to walk in that glacier, it's not easy.
Yes.
So yeah, that was like I was like, I might not get the second chance, so let's take it. So I took it. I enjoyed. Might be in future if I get chance again, I will do it. I suggest others also, like if you get the chance, do it, because like the feeling of climbing in the ice, sometimes getting your hands stuck in the snow, this on the ice. Those are like you might not get the second chance.
Yeah, it's mountaineering. I feel like for me also it's well, like one of a kind. It's a lifetime experience for me. So that's what even me like. That's how I got into mountaineering, looking mountains from here every time, and I always wanted to feel like what it feels like when we go up in the mountains. It's a totally different place when you go up there, right? It's the views are awesome. The people, we come to know like how to be a good team out there and how to support each other in that altitude, which is very very tough. I feel.
And the bond which we make in the mountains, those are really strong.
Yes.
And those are real bonds.
Yes. Talking about bonds, so as you are in a medical team, so let's hear. I'm asking one of the craziest thing to you. Okay, so I want to know you rescue the people you have rescued. At least one, if you could share with us. We had an incident, like a girl, she just injured her leg, and I remember like she was in ABC camp, that is advanced base camp, and I was in the main base camp, and we had our fellow nursing assistant, like we had my colleague, and we also had our sir publisher. Okay, so I still remember like we heard that there is someone who injured her leg, and after that when I looked outside, I saw publisher on the halfway. Okay, that also, that the way I think you know it, like it's a steep. It's very valley. Steep. Yes, yeah. And like after that, I was like, I still remember like I couldn't walk that steep even in 1 hour, and I remember reaching this one ABC base camp in 45 minutes. Like okay. I ran like anything. Then after that, we went there and we saw that she was injured. Then we had to put splint in her legs and all. Then we had to support her leg. And after that, like first I was like, I think there were many people around there, so we were doing the work because we know that in the medical field we know about the medical what we should do. So I was a bit confident about that, and like there were people around there panicking, what happened to her, this and that, this and that, like because of that also sometimes tension arises. So because of that, and
like she was very calm. The patient was very calm. Though.
Which is a very
Yes,
good.
yes, that was really nice because we don't find those kind of patients that much. Okay, and she was like, she's all right. She wasn't crying that much also, and like that made us more calm and making us like want to help her, want to like treat her and like treat her in a better way, and she won't complain, she won't give us trouble, so that rescue, after that we went there, we bandaged her, then we brought her back, and while bringing her back there were students who helped her to carry her in a, there's a stretcher which we take in higher altitudes.
Yeah, the Kong stretcher.
Yes.
So,
Kong
and
stretcher.
Kong
Yeah.
stretcher, to carry Kong stretcher is very heavy. I feel like somewhere around 15 to 20 kgs the um, stretcher itself. Then
Thank God
again,
we did not have to carry. Those are the students, they volunteered and they carried.
okay, that's nice of them. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're like, so you were giving her IVs.
We were giving her injections time to time. Then we brought her back to
Yes.
the base camp, and there is a MI room. There also medical inspection room, and there we took care of her. We after putting the splint, we cannot take off her clothes again and put it back again.
Yeah.
So she cannot go to the washroom and all. We had to give her this one. Facilities like we had to put diaper to her on her so that she
Okay.
doesn't have to go outside. She doesn't have trouble for her. Okay, then
It's
yes.
a really scary thing because something happening at that altitude and bringing her down. It's a very very tough job.
But she was really strong because like to injure her leg and be calm, to not cry about it, to not shout about it. She was really calm. That also in higher altitude because of cold also it hurts a lot.
Yes.
But she was very calm, and like we gave her this one injections and all. So for one day we kept her there. Not one day, but one night we kept her there. Then after that we brought her to the we descended her down.
Okay.
So after that she was brought back
So
here.
okay, so you were talking about rescue. So you got a call on the radio from the advanced base camp to the base camp. A person is injured and she need medical assistance. So how much time did it took for you from base camp and to reaching advanced base camp and treating her over there and coming back to base camp?
From base camp, okay, it took us around 3 to 4 hours.
So total.
Yes.
Going to the advanced base camp, treating her over there, and
Yes.
getting.
And
Yes.
then descending down. Like like HMI provides these facilities. You get the immediate help. You get every facilities out there. You get the immediate help there. Like even if it's medical emergency or any kind of help.
Okay.
If you ever ask for, if you ever need it, you just get it.
Okay, that's nice. That's really wonderful. So, like as we are talking about rescue, so what? This is my personal question. So, what if someone gets injured up in the mountains, and if there is no medical team? So, how to treat them? Like as a just a guide, your partner, trekking partners, or your climbing partners. So, how shall we treat them?
Firstly, treatment while if you are going up, the descending down is the most important thing, because that is if you descend down, you get your illness cured within seconds.
Okay.
Like without any, you don't need medical facilities out there, like you don't need a medical professional to be there, like you just have to descend down. Like you should know the basics. Like I always tell, like even if you're taking classes in HMI, we always tell that there are basic things which a person should know. It's not necessary that you have to be a medical professional to know those kind of things and all.
Okay.
Like you just should know like how to treat bleeding, how to treat your headache and all when you're going up to the mountains. Like, and first thing is like you should always stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
Yes. So could you please elaborate more? Why shall we stay hydrated at that altitude? Because even I feel like I'm walking like for certain period of time and like I'm feeling like I'm getting dehydrated. So why and how? What happens actually out there?
Just actually due to the lack of oxygen.
Okay.
Everything is because due to the lack of oxygen, where the oxygen in your body where it is needed, it's not reaching. Okay, because of that there might be a lot of consequences. Like firstly, the most severe ones, let me tell you, that is hypo and heco.
Hypo and Hako.
Yes.
Okay.
That is hypo is high altitude pulmonary edema, and heco is high altitude cerebral edema. Then in that first this one cerebral edema, due to the lack of oxygen, like if you need something and if you are not getting that thing, obviously you will react opposite to it. That's the same happens with our body also.
Okay.
So if you are needing oxygen in your brain to function it properly, but you are not getting that enough oxygen, if you don't get that enough oxygen, the brain will start acting negatively, and the fluids and all that, those will not work accordingly. So because of that, there will be fluid stored, like it will get stuck in your
Okay.
head, okay, that it will get collected in your head. So because of that, the cerebral edema happens. But if you descend that person down to the lower altitude, that it will start working naturally, or it will, you'll get all right asap. So
Okay.
you don't have to take medicine and all. But if you cannot descend down, then there are medications available. And in HEPO, like same thing, but the water will be collected in your lungs.
Okay.
So that also you can just descend that person down, then everything will go back to it normal. So when there is lack of oxygen, there are many kind of abnormal things happening in your body, and you just have to stay hydrated to maintain that. So if you don't stay hydrated, so obviously you'll face a lot of consequences, like you might suffer from AMS, that is acute mountain sickness. Then if you suffer from AMS, then obviously you'll start having headache, your head will start like you'll feel like as if it's bursting and all, like it will pain a lot, you'll have a severe headache. And because of that, if it gets worse, then you might suffer from HACO. So that's how.
So I have also heard that if a person is has got HACO, like he or she gets to see different kind of stuff happening in and around. It's like some kind of hallucinations going on.
Yeah, yeah, because like brain will not be functioning properly. Obviously there will be fluid collected in your head, and
Okay.
your brain will be just reacting oppositely, because the way it should function, it will not function, it will function negatively. So obviously, due to the lack of oxygen, there will be cerebral, in your cerebral region, there will be fluid collected in your head. And because of that, you, when you know that you need, everything has its opposite reaction. Like if you are not getting the enough oxygen, so obviously your brain will start acting negatively, and your coordination, like you have to coordinate this way, but because of lack of oxygen, it's negative, it's
Okay.
reacting negatively, so you'll be coordinating in different way. So because of that,
I
yes.
guess it might be because of that, we get to hear a lot of stories in the mountains, like the people that want to climb the mountains, but they got lost and they never came back.
Yeah, it can happen, because
Yes.
you never know, because like it can occur at any point. You never know, like you are like, maybe you have climbed the mountains like 4 5 times, but after that, like when you descend down after that, if you go back again, like you can suffer from this hypo.
Okay.
Okay,
So, like, can we treat them with the supplementary oxygen?
yes, you can.
Okay.
Supplementary oxygen, like if it's in AMS, you can give 1 to 2 liters of oxygen per minute.
Okay.
Okay, like that's what you should provide.
1 to 2 liters per minute.
Yes, if
Okay.
it's in HEPA, then you have to provide at least 4 to 6 liters.
4 to 6 liters.
Yes,
Okay.
per minute. So that's how the oxygen works. Otherwise, like if that person is breathing normally but having headache and all, so that person can stay.
Is there any kind of disadvantage of taking supplementary oxygens for a certain quite amount of time up in the high altitudes? Or
Like, as if you are feeling that you need oxygen, like you can take the help of supplementary oxygen and descend down.
yeah,
We suggest that person
not
don't
to
stay
stay long.
yes, don't stay long in the higher altitude, because it can affect your organs,
Yes.
like.
So basically the organs will start shutting down.
Yes,
Okay.
because of the lack of oxygen. So we suggest them to descend down. That's
Descend
why
down.
we never take risk in health.
At the high altitudes.
Yes.
Yes. It's a pretty scary one to to get all those kind of your expertise on this field, because we go and climb and we don't have much ideas on the medical field, and getting knowledge from you, insights from you, it's getting like wonderful, right? So I also wanted to know, like, up in the mountains, as let's talk to you straightforward. We don't
Okay.
bathe a lot.
Okay.
We even sometimes we hardly wash our face, we brush our teeth. So, like, what is the proper way to stay hygiene up in the mountains?
Mountain.
How to
Okay.
maintain hygienes up in the mountains, right?
Okay, maintaining hygiene is really necessary for our body because of walking and all. The sweat is collected in our body, and obviously to bad odor and all can happen, and you can feel that like
Yes.
some people they don't like to stay this one without taking bath for a month, and they don't like to stay that way. And for that, what you can do is like you can take wet wipes.
Wet wipes. Okay.
Yes, wet wipes. You can take a sponge bath, like just take a
Sponge bath.
yes.
Okay.
You can take that and like but don't throw those kind of don't throw it away in the mountains only, because you cannot make your sun dirty also.
Yeah,
Mountains dirty.
that's
So what you do is like take a bag, collect your garbage, bring while coming down. You can bring it and you can just throw it. That's what you can do.
Okay, so talking about hygiene, I wanted to ask you this portion, like how I've seen a lot of times the girls, the ladies who are coming there for the very first time up in the mountains, they're having a lot of problems with the menstruation period. So how and what shall they do? Because I have seen like they don't have they don't calculate their sanitary pads properly, and they bring very less, and which is I think like very much problematic for them. So what shall they do?
Yes, in the mountains, if you take sanitary pads and all, you don't have the place to throw it, and you keep that thing for longer place in like for longer time in your bag and all. Obviously, it will start stinking and all. So you don't want those kind of things. So what you do is like you get a menstrual cup.
Okay.
And you can use that in the higher altitudes, because that's washable. You can wash it and you can use it again the next time, and that's really useful because like you can like in place of carrying 10 packets of sanitary pads or 5 packets of sanitary pads, you can just carry a cup, like
Okay.
at least 2 cups. You can carry that, and you can
One as a backup.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
If you can carry that, then that's all right. Like if you did that, you don't have to carry lots of pads. You don't have to worry about throwing it away. You don't have to worry about like it will stink or something like that. But if you use that cup, it's really helpful.
Okay, that's really nice. You also have to keep thinking about the environment as well. Like
Yes, you if you are in the mountains, obviously you have to take care of the mountain regions also, because you are going to see there. You are going to like feel a peace, profound peace there of the mountains. And if you are going dirty, then obviously next time the next person cannot come and see.
okay, that's really nice to know from you. There is a lot of I see a lot of videos, people going up in the mountains and drinking alcohol. Is it safe? Drink alcohol at the high altitude?
Okay, we cannot stop people from drinking. Okay, we cannot
Yeah.
don't drink, and obviously they won't listen to us. But as medically, like if you, we suggest them don't drink. If you drink, then obviously in higher altitudes, that if you get drunk here after taking one bottle, then if you go to the higher altitudes and if you take half a bottle, then you'll get very severely drunk. So you will lose the sense of coordination. So because of that, you might lose your way and all, and you might
Okay.
have difficulty by yourself. You'll face the consequences yourself. But we suggest them don't drink. But people drink.
Yeah.
They drink.
Okay, so last question for the day that I wanted to ask you is actually for my viewers. So whenever people they go into further camping, hiking, trekkings, or climbing, what are the basic first aid kits they need to carry with them? And if you are going to the high altitudes, the most basic thing which you have to take is like firstly, you have to keep yourself hydrated. So you can take ORS for oral hydration, and after that you can take some kind of medicine like take Dimox. If you are having difficulty in the high altitude, you can just take that and descend down, and you can take bandages. You can take a few painkillers if you want. It's basic though. Obviously, your body will ache, and you can take some like if you can you take a small kind of a wooden sticks. Okay. You can use it as splint, and you can take bandages. You have to take it because if you injure your leg and if you have some kind of like fractures and all, it will be very useful for you. So those are the things we should take. Thank you so much for joining us today, Miss Shuveksha. Even I go out in the mountains doing a lot of adventure sports, but getting insights from you, I think it has provided me much knowledge to me about this diamogs, the altitude, the rescues. And I hope the knowledge which you shared us, I hope even our viewers will learn from it. So we are very grateful to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
So much.